comments, I learned the answer in the comments, but not in the way you think. Now, there were people who gave me good information about, historical concepts and things like that, and I'm still learning about that. But
owned non-toxic hair product recommendations for my entire family who has various hair types. And my post was just met with so many white women
that don't include any black people. If your leadership team doesn't include any black people, how are you truly going to represent all your employees with your leadership vision and communication?
Black people staying in our business, I like it. Because regardless of what your position is on the whole HMart, blah, 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 blah.
So a white woman is in shock for a question that she asked online, and the response that she got from black people told her something different about black people, and she's sharing her experience. And also people are asking, especially black people are asking, that why is it that white people are always in their business? Why? What at all do they want? I don't want to talk much. Americans are sharing their views and opinions on this. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking, just give the video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video.
I'm going to cry again. Y'all are going to make fun of me again, but go ahead, because there are some things that are worthy of tears. And I have been learning over the past few months that the Black community is more loving, more forgiving, more accepting than we have any right to expect them to be. And it's overwhelmed me in a good way. So a couple of months ago, I posted a video because I had been thinking about why is it that throughout centuries on continents all over the place that Black people have been targeted for such horrific treatment and such oppression. Why this group? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, there's something special. They have to, there's something special. Do you have some magic or some power? And I posted that as a question. In the comments, I learned the answer in the comments, but not in the way you think. Now, there were people who gave me good information about, historical concepts and things like that, and I'm still learning about that. But what I mean is, in the way they responded to my comments, I can see that there is something special, and that is just by genuinely asking a question. Because I want to stop it. I want the world to be different. I don't want this to happen again, and people keep being treated like that. The vast majority of the Black people who commented on my video were so like, we love you, sis. Here's what you need to know. Or, just for asking the question, we love you and we accept you. And I'm like, I got mad at somebody at the HEB for cutting in front of the line of me, and you can forgive, a whole race of people when we come to you and say we're sorry and we want to learn. That level of love and acceptance and forgiveness is really jaw-dropping to me, and that shows me a bit of what I was asking. Yes, there are other gifts and talents and historically things that set the Black race apart. But I saw in my comments how kind, how loving. I mean, almost to a degree that I can't even fathom. And I go back and read those comments a lot. And I want to just thank everybody who took the time to speak to me. A couple of you were like, why are you so nervous in this video? I was nervous because these are conversations that I want to have, but I'm not sure I know how to start them or have them without being offensive, because I know there are all kinds of things. I am just learning the roots of certain words that I say, that I grew up saying, that I had no idea were racist. And so I'm a little bit terrified, because I want to learn. I want you guys to adopt me. It's what I want, but I want to learn, and I'm afraid that I don't even have the right words to start the learning. But, and some of that in my video was sadness and shame that I knew racism was real. I mean, I've worked in the criminal justice system, and I have seen it firsthand. But I missed so much until I started raising biracial children. And I'm ashamed that it took it being personal to me before I realized how deep the racism ran. So to all of you who took the time to comment, and those of you who have been so kind, and to the few of you that said, we don't trust you and we're not giving you our secrets, I respect you too. I wouldn't trust me if I were you. That's why the majority of people who are so free to say, come on in, sis, we got you. It has meant more to me than I can say. Thank you. Go love your neighbor.
Throughout my professional life, I've observed 5 ways that white people alienate black people in the office. My name's Curious Ben. I'm your caucasity coach. Let me explain. 1, they accidentally leave them out of emails. I've seen this happen so many times, this sociopathic type of accident that allows white people to have the upper hand on information that they share with each other while not including their black co-workers. Number 2, they develop leadership teams that don't include any black people. If your leadership team doesn't include any black people, how are you truly going to represent all your employees with your leadership vision and communication? Number 3, they create cliques that don't include any of their black co-workers and then have the goddamn caucasity to say, why do all the black people eat together? Number 4, they hire and promote people that they're comfortable with, people with similar communication styles, and this means either white people or black people are able to navigate whiteness without upsetting the white people's comfort. And number 5, they create such a toxic environment for black employees that black employees quit and move on. So white people, if you're really serious about creating workplaces that represent the communities you live in, you're going to have to tackle these 5 ways that you're currently alienating black people in the workplace. I hope this helps. Stay compassionate.
Since living in Japan for over a year, by the way, every issue I have heard of involving a Japanese local and a foreigner involved a white man. So every single robbery, every rape, every disorderly conduct, every murder, all done by white men. But every time I see a Japanese girl coming on base, she's with a white man. And white men are getting paid hundreds of dollars to donate sperm out in town. But y'all are scared of black people. And y'all are dressing up in baggy clothes with locks, listening to rap music, hosting R&B nights, but y'all are scared of black people. Right, go to hell.
Why are white people always in black people business? If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be asking you. But let me just tell you what just happened 2 seconds ago. So boom, I'm on the way home, right? Cruising down the street in my 6'4". I see a ball, it's a park over there. The ball comes from the park onto the street. There's no traffic. I'm like, hey, it's a great day to be a good Samaritan. Why the fuck not? So I pull over. I get out of my car and I go onto the street to retrieve the ball, to give it back to the young boy. This white lady is passing by with her dog. She's walking her dog. She's not a part of this, mind you. But she's like looking back and forth between me and what's going on. Mind you, it's like a distraction for her. She stops, witnesses the encounter, the transaction, and then she proceeds to walk off after I give him back his ball. Like, bitch, get your neighborhood watch here.
This is now another episode of White People Minding Black People Business. So yes, as you can see, I'm in the gym and I have my flex rods in my hair. Is it my favorite thing to do? Absolutely not. But one thing about it, I'm committed to my hair and I'm committed to going to the gym. When I get to a place in life where I can afford to stay at home while my hair dries, then I'll do that. But I'm not there quite yet. And so this white guy who sees me in here all the time stops me and he starts the conversation with, I know this is going to sound rude, sir, maybe you shouldn't say it, but you got to let me know what's going on with this hair. I mean, you look like Medusa. I said, well, you wouldn't want to look too close now, would you? But I explained to him because I chose not to be offended because it takes courage to be curious and ask those questions. But again, white people always in black people business.
I don't have much to add to this H Mart Gate drama except for this. Black people staying in our business, I like it. Because regardless of what your position is on the whole H Mart web, At least you guys are caring. Because at the end of the day, this whole H Mart scandal is about whether or not Asians should be welcoming to white people and if assimilation or getting the goodwill from white people is the goal. You know who's been staying giving us that goodwill though, via drama and gossip? The Black community. And it's making me think about my immigrant mom, who was an engineer for 30 years, worked with a ton of racist people, but she said that one person who just seemed to really understand her was the only Black person on the team. And she was like, there's just something that like we just get about each other. And also I think she thinks I'm cute. And that has never left me. I always think about that. So thank you for having our backs, Black community. May we return the favor.
I think that if more white people, and I mean the white people to whom it applies to, focus more on your white exhaustion, which is surely more prevalent than the Black fatigue that y'all are the reason that the words were created. I mean, of course you're exhausted and your white fatigue is, blistering hot and running rampant because it must be tiring being filled with so much hate for no reason, for feeling so entitled and then getting triggered and angered by the fact that we don't behave or act or talk or walk and proceed in the way that y'all want us to, that we don't agree on the subjects that y'all feel that we should, that we don't reply in the same way when things affect our race that y'all do. We don't show the same non-caring. We actually have the ability to empathize more and sympathize more, actually give a fuck as opposed to a lot of y'all. And that seems to bother y'all. You can never make me angry, white people. Not ever. Now, do y'all dullard nature and simpleton writing annoy me? Sure. I'm multiple. I got multiple personalities. So yeah, it's going to get to one of my other me's. Sure. But in the fact that y'all always want to just act like, that is so, y'all don't even realize that by writing the word Black fatigue or leaving all these dumbass memes that y'all like to leave. I mean, y'all can at least be funny if you're gonna be racist. Y'all be some of the corniest motherfuckers on this goddamn earth. It's like, and y'all got to be in this group where you collect and post because it's literally the same shit. The memes, everything. The same non-funny shit. Non-funny being the operative word. But anyway, realize that in writing that you are exemplifying the very act of the white fatigue and the white exhaustion that I tell y'all that y'all have.
I'm in these non-toxic groups on Facebook where people live non-toxic lives and we're looking for non-toxic recommendations for the products that we use. And I made a Facebook post, this was a while back, and I was like, I'm looking for Black-owned, non-toxic hair product recommendations for my entire family who has various hair types. And my post was just met with so many white women who are like, that's racist. Why are you looking for Black owned? I'm telling you, this post got endless comments full of hatred. Like it just kept coming and coming and coming. You support Black businesses to get rid of the racial wealth gap. Like it's seriously the least that you can do. It's the easiest thing that you can do. So I was like talking with these people in the comments and they're coming at me and they're attacking me. And it brought out a side of me that I'm not proud of. I called them what they were. And basically my entire post got taken down. And so I didn't get any answers. But if this isn't a really good example of how white people don't want Black people to succeed, I don't know what is. And so if you have any good recommendations for non-toxic products in general that are Black owned, I would love for you to drop them in the comments because I did get a couple of answers, but the post got taken down so suddenly that I couldn't write them down. And then some that we found that we ended up trying just didn't work out the way that we hoped. We have hair types ranging from 4A to C and hair like mine. But I'm always looking for Black-owned businesses that I can support in general, and products that are non-toxic are a big plus.
Guys, please answer this genuinely. Why does that specific brand of white women always feel the need to respond to a Black issue that they're never going to face? I just had a white woman tell me I'm colorist to lighter skinned people.
Y'all know that meme when two Black ladies are sitting in a lunchroom and on the door it says Black people's business, and then you see a white lady come around the corner and she's like all in their business? We have that here, but it's not a white woman. Me and my assistants are the only females that work here. Everyone else here is male, okay? So my office is like a suite, right? So I'm in the back, my assistant is in the front of the office. Along the perimeter is glass. There is a blind spot between the front glass and the door to literally hold the door, like a steel pillar, right? A pillar or whatever. And so what happens is I can see when he's walking back here to come back here through the glass. And then he will stop in the blind spot and he'll be listening to our conversation. And you're like, how do you know he's listening? Well, he's portly. And so he shuffles back and forth on his feet and he grunts while he walks so I can hear him. Pro tip, if you're gonna be a nosy bitch, be silent. Anyway, so we noticed it was happening, me and my assistant, at the beginning of the summer. We were having a conversation about dating because both of us are single. She's younger than me, I think by like 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years. So we were just having a lively kiki or whatever. And he walked into the office directly. He didn't even stop at the blind spot. He walked in and he was trying to find something. Now, for context, all the accounting stuff is in here, like all the filing, all of that, because it's my department, it's my school, everything's right here where I can see it. So if he needs to find something, he'll come in here and he'll go through the drawers, which is fine. But I knew for a fact he didn't need to find shit because he wasn't going through the drawers. He was literally shuffling back and forth through the office trying to listen to our conversation. Now, but this is the first time it's happened to us, so we're not really paying attention to him because white people. So we're having the conversation. He decided to put himself in a conversation. We had a silent conversation between our eyes, and that's when we decided that we will no longer allow that. Okay? Heard me talking. I'll be right back. Any fucking way. We decided that we will be more vigilant when we're having conversations because he just wants to be up in black ladies' business. And there ain't no reason for no white man to be up in some black lady business, but here we are. So we pay more attention. We listen to his portly ass standing in the fucking blind spot. The water cooler is right outside of my office on the other wall. So he tends to go to the water cooler to get water, which is fine. But then he lingers, listening, trying to put himself in a conversation. Just a busy bitch. Busy bitch. Mind you, we don't be in his business at all. He's one of those people that like to volunteer his business. So I know that his wife has cancer. I know all kind of shit is happening, all because he told me and not because I fucking asked. Like, I just think he's looking for entertainment or he's looking for connection. It's not here. It's not in this room. It's not amongst us. Find you somebody. No, not somebody else's business. Find you your own business to get into. No grown man in his 70s, I said it, 70s, should be in ladies' business. White people, do you not have your own business? Well, it's clear you don't. Because you stay up in the house.
European Americans like to be in black spaces for two reasons. One, I actually learned from a European American myself. Shout out to Mike. One, we have never really assimilated to white America. We have always pushed away from white America. We have been comfortable in our skin amongst our people doing our own thing, and that has always bothered them because they have always had a God complex. We are the superior race, so why don't these black people want to be more like us? If there wasn't such an issue with civil rights and equality, most black people would not conversate with European Americans. We are hostages in our own country. European American culture has always been miserable. This is why even though they can be at the top of the food chain, they are still miserable. And this is why they admire our culture so much and imitate everything that we do. even though we're somehow 15% of the population. European Americans also enjoy black spaces because they never have to conform to blackness. They don't have to prove how black they are and what black things they like to do. They can simply be themselves and we will accept them as they are. That doesn't happen the opposite way around. Number 2, European Americans don't even feel comfortable in their own spaces amongst European Americans because they see the same behavior. Untrustworthy, very undermining, very sneaky, very backstabbing. And this is what I learned from somebody I know. He said, I don't even trust them myself, and I'm a white man. That had me cock my head like, oof. Well, at least I'm not crazy.
You see, this is something that white people should know upon everything that black people have actually gone through. If you come forward to not make it seem like you are a racist, you are whatever, and you have any bad intention, but you come with an open mind, free mind, that you want to ask questions, I'm telling you, black people are ready to open up and teach you what perhaps you didn't know. But you know, many white people just come online and they assume what they think this how black people are. But these are some of the mistakes that they make, and they tend to fire at them anytime they try doing something of the sort. Because listen, upon everything that white people have done to black people, I'm telling you, when white people come to Africa, they know the kind of welcome black people or Africans even give it to them. No African is racist towards any white person. I feel like they even get more privileges in Africa more than the locals themselves, like their own people. That's how it has been for a very long time. That does not mean we are afraid of you or we are scared of you. We are just welcoming people upon everything that your ancestors have done to black people and are still doing to black people. We are very, very accommodating. So if you're a white person and you are watching this, trust me, you don't have anything to be worried about. All you have to do is just come clean with an open mind, ask questions. Whatever you don't understand, just ask and the answers will be given to you. But as African Americans are also saying, they don't understand why white people all the time are in black businesses. I think some time ago I saw a guy who was just playing a guitar along the street, and there were white people approaching him to stop playing and telling him that it goes against the law. And this guy said, fine, if it goes against the law, allow the police or whoever to come and tell me that, not you. Another person came. Like, what exactly do you want? Thank you so much for watching.